You could offer to pay some of the closing costs of the buyer so that the buyer can spend that money to lower their interest rate.
This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Okay, so now I'm a seller in this market. Before, if I had sold 6 months ago, I would have been, I could have just sat there, put it on the market, and waited for the offers to come in. That's not the case now.
And waited 15 minutes.
Yeah, it would have been, boom, done. House is sold, where do I go?
Yeah.
Now it's different.
And so here's my nugget of gold for sellers.
Wait, let me get my pen.
Yeah, get this, because this I'm going to be pushing this out to my realtors to lock this in. A seller who is being offered, let's pretend it's that $500,000 house, and a buyer comes in and offers $490,000, $10,000 less. The seller has the right to say yes to that, say no to it, or counter offer.
Right.
Let's say the seller was willing to take the $490,000. Let me give you an alternative counter.
Okay.
You could offer to pay some of the closing costs of the buyer so that the buyer can spend that money to lower their interest rate. And here's the idea. If I give you $6,000, you can move your buyer's points, your buyer can pay their points, move that interest rate, they save $100 a month because the interest rate's lower.
Right.
Buying the house and getting it for $10,000 less saves the buyer $50.
Right.
So I can double the buyer's monthly payment savings without giving up 10 grand. I can give up 5. I can give up 6. Then the numbers will, depending on your specific situation. So if you creatively counter, you can make a better difference for a buyer and put more money in your pocket potentially.
What a great idea.
You get closer to your number, potentially put more dollars in your pocket, and the buyer has a lower monthly payment in the long run, which most buyers are more focused on payment than the actual price they pay for the house. If we go back to 2019, say 2018,
right.
What's your memory say about like sort of the average time to sell a home?
Well, I mean, it took probably about 6 to 8 weeks to get it in escrow.
Get it into contract, and then roughly another month to close.
Right.
So the process was taking 2.5 months or so.
Yeah.
So reasonably, a seller coming in with the idea that it might take me 60 to 90 days to sell my home is more appropriate in today's market, as opposed to the 5 minutes and 20-day closing that we've been dealing with for the last 2 years, right?
Absolutely.
And I'll leave, that's the last sort of sentiment maybe I'll leave this with, is I believe people need to reset and think like real estate is 2019 and not 2008.
You've been listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now. If you ever have a question about real estate or any of the other topics we cover, just call me off air or text me at 702-203-1165. You can also check us out on the web at lvrealestateradio.com or on our handle on social media at LV Real Estate Radio.